3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to Grounds After Rounds.
3, 2, 1.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, it's kind of like coaching a class. Oh my God. So I know
You have one too? Because I have a story too.
this always, we have a plan, folks. We did. We just talked about it. And now we're totally not going to do that. So Make WODs Great Again. Instagram has the cat kind of like tucked into the window corner and all the little cucumbers. Like, is it from the ground or from a rack? Is it squat or power? I have to go to the bathroom. Wait, how many rounds? So if it's 21, 15, 9, do I do all 21, 15, 9 in the one movement and then all the other movement? And it's like all of the questions.
All of them.
And the thing was like every class, every day, all the time. And so it made me laugh very that I love that our people are exactly the same way all CrossFitters are everywhere. And I love that our frustration, my frustration about the questions is the exact same frustrations that every coach feels. It was very like it made me feel a little douchey, but then it also made me feel very well, like very much like, oh, we're all the same.
Yeah.
I love our people. I love us. I love CrossFit.
Oh, totally.
I was like, yay.
The bathroom gets me because I think you've met Kate Brew in the past.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, you know Kate. Okay,
Yeah.
I know you've met Kate. I know you know Kate. So she's in starting her third week again. She's been awesome 3 to 4 times. But it was one day last week.
She's like full on coming.
She's in it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she let me drive her Tesla the other day, which was awesome.
Oh,
It's so weird. We'll save that for the next Espresso Shot.
All right,
Talk about driving a Tesla.
Yeah.
But we're getting ready to start. I was like, anyone need to go to the bathroom? Like, go now, forever, hold your peace. And here we go. And it's and everyone's like, no, okay, ready? I start the clock. 10, 9, 8, and Kate runs to the bathroom. She goes, I'm sorry, it's the nervous peas. It's when you started counting down. I was like,
it didn't start until you started.
Yeah. I was like, probably a good idea because there were box jumps.
Oh, yeah.
If you got to pee, if there's
double unders or box
go.
jumps.
Double unders, box jumps.
Go pee.
So anyway, but that's awesome.
Just let it go, man. Just let it go.
Let it go, man. So cool. It was the box jump squat clean one.
Oh, that was a lot of abdominal pelvic floor strain.
Yeah. And the higher box jumps.
Good point.
Yeah. So good call, Kate. I couldn't help but laugh because she's like, it was the nervous pee. I'm sorry, it wasn't there before. I know the feeling.
Yes.
So cool. All right, week 2 of Espresso Shots. I have my Nitro Brew.
I have I threw it away, but it's the highly recommended Sam's Club box of 2 cold brew concentrate, Starbucks cold brew concentrate. Oh,
It is really good.
it's so good, and you don't need a lot. I do maybe 4 ounces of it, and then the rest, this is a 20 ounce, so like 16 ounce or 12 ounces of water.
Yeah.
And it's plenty strong.
Yeah, I think we need to keep a stock fridge of that stuff.
A little bit more right now. So I'm a little bit excited.
Actually, I think the first time I had it, I didn't realize it was a concentrate. And I was like, oh, that's potent.
If you were a cream drinker or almond milk or whatever, you could do like a halvesies.
Yeah.
It and like something else.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. It's really, really good. Worth the money.
So good.
And I only found it at Sam's. So, which by the way, Sam's recently, last like month or 2, they rotate stuff. So I'm a bit of a creature of habit. I don't know if you guys know that. Whatever. Because I yelled at all 3 classes today to put the stuff away in the right order.
Of course.
Telling stories of how the 45s, they're big, they're curmudgeon-y, they don't like to live with anybody else. So don't put anything else on the racks with the 45s. It just, if you look at it right now, it makes it much easier to see what's missing and what needs to go out.
Yeah.
There's method to the madness, folks. But at the same token, I don't care. Put your stuff wherever.
As long as,
because I'll fix it later anyway.
As long as you don't take it out with you.
Yeah, just don't take it.
Just don't take your stuff.
But Sam's rotates stuff. So every now and then I go there thinking, and I have my list, and I'm like, okay, where are the canned oranges, or where are the, what the, these don't go here. And So they're constantly figuring out, I think, best way to have customers flow so they
Right.
see everything.
It's funny. I just saw this
Pisses
meme
me off.
yesterday where the picture was like Ryan Gosling from some movie, like walking down a grocery store aisle,
He's so
looking pissed
handsome.
off, and it said, being an adult is getting mad when the grocery store rearranges its shelves. I was like, it's so
Yeah,
true.
it's very true.
I'm like, why do they move this? I knew what this was. So yeah.
All
So
right.
cool. All right. So week 2 of Espresso Shots. We are in it.
Virtual coaching, my friend.
Virtual coaching.
So it is the
We've talked about it a little bit, but not really to any sort of.
yeah. So I would say
About
it's new. It's new for us as an offering during quarantine and April, May, June. We were doing Zoom classes, which we were calling virtual coaching, virtual classes.
We were coaching virtually.
Right. What I would offer is that what I will say is what we are offering now is not what we were calling virtual coaching.
Right.
So this is probably a quick 5-minute redefinition of terms. That coaching is the key term in that phrase. And redefining our concept of coaching in a virtual platform, meaning it is not in person, it's not live,
right?
It's not real time, but it is still personalized and geared or individualized for the individual athlete, for the person.
Right.
So that's sort of the broad, like, what's that mean? So I'll kind of like the rough, broad brush of it. You are a new athlete and
Hi.
You live in Minnesota and you heard about us through
I'm
a
from
friend.
Minnesota, eh?
And you really want to do CrossFit. You've done CrossFit before, but you didn't really do it for that long. And you've got the flexibility of doing it at home.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really have a gym near you and you would like some guidance and structure to a program. You heard about us through a friend. You used to live here. I don't know what your connection is. You want to do this virtual programming.
I saw your wonderful Instagram feed.
Yeah,
like,
you want to do this
like
virtual coaching with us. Okay. So you sign up and you are assigned to me as the coach. So I am now your coach. Bottom line, you get 5 days, 6 days of programming each week with a workout, a class plan from start to finish, a developing movement library, growing movement library that is becoming more and more robust.
I'm having fun with that, by the way.
You guys are awesome. And then 2 to 3 times a week, bare minimum engagement with me where I take that programming that our gym programmer puts together, and then I personalize for you based on your equipment, based on your space limitations, based on your personal desires, based on known weaknesses, injuries, strengths, whatever you've got. Mm-hmm. And then sort of that wild card of just like, hey, I'm traveling this week, or my brother's in town, or I've only got 4 days. What 4 days should I actually focus on?
Right.
Whatever that is. So the coaching aspect is not me in the moment telling you deeper, push your head through.
Right.
Lock out that elbow, because I can't. And I would tell you that over Zoom, you can't either. There's a little bit of it, but it's time lag. Really, in the end, like it's better than nothing.
Right.
But it is a very limited environment, and it quickly atrophies.
Yeah.
Both, I would argue, and I'm more than happy to have this conversation with people if they really want to have it on a different platform, not as like from a business model standpoint,
right,
but just as like a professional. It is exhausting as the coach side of it. Like doing more than 1 or 2 people at a time, it is really, really hard.
Yeah.
One-on-1, 1-on-2, like not a bad solution if it needs to be virtually. And I think your summer solstice is a perfect example of that. Yeah. But the second you have 3 people, 4 people, because now there is no way to manage them from a time standpoint. There's no way to like get them in order. My order looks different than their order. There are so many more variables, and I've now limited myself. All CrossFit coaches have 3 types of cues: tactile, verbal, visual. Tactile, I can touch you and put you into position.
With my consent.
Verbal, I can tell you what to do. And visual, I can show you what to do. And as a coach, you constantly are moving and using all 3 of those.
Yeah.
With Zoom, I immediately take away tactile. Now, we figured out a way to work around that, where if like you had some sort of visual thing behind you, I could tell you like, hey, see yourself on the screen there? I want you to stand all the way up so your head blocks this thing or whatever.
Yep.
But just that, modifying one type of cue into a different type, it's really hard.
Yeah.
But then I need to do that for every single person on the screen. And I need to do it in a fast enough way that we're moving. Oh, by the way, you're also still moving real time.
Yeah.
So really what the virtual Zoom, real time, anything over a visual like meeting type of structure, it's not coaching, it's cheerleading.
Right.
It's group management, it's cat herding. And I like there is a worth in that feeling of socialization that we're all kind of in the same space at the same time, and I liked that aspect of it, and I still like that aspect.
And I think there was a place for it.
Yeah.
Several months ago. As a viable option.
Right, but what we're doing now, this virtual coaching, is not that. Coaching is the identification by 2 individuals of obstacles that the one individual is currently experiencing that is keeping them from reaching their objectives, their goals, their stated goals. The coach's job, it's not therapy, the coach's job is to help identify those obstacles, help the person see how those obstacles are being restrictive, and then come up with co-create, co-engineer ways to go through, around, under, embrace whatever those obstacles to get the person to the goal.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with me needing to be able to see you move in real time.
Right.
There is worth in being able to, like, maybe the other person, maybe they want to take 30-second video of themselves doing double unders, or like if it's a skill day or something, or right, like totally doable. And those are the types of things that the athlete and the coach will co-develop. Some athletes don't give a crap. They don't, right? They're cool. I just want to sweat. I just want to move. Not really that important to me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Not necessary then. Yeah. Some athletes do want to do that. Awesome. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah.
That's the personalization aspect of it that makes this, I think, an incredible opportunity for a coach to really get to know his or her athletes and really design, right? The template GPP programming, that's it, right? Like that, anywhere on the street, anywhere out there, you're going to pay 30 to 45, maybe as much as $50 a month somewhere for somebody to design,
program.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
here's your workout.
There's a lot of places you can get that for free. You're not going to get a class plan. You're not going to get a workout. Like you're going to, CrossFit.com has been doing it since February 1st, 2001, right? They put out a workout every single day. A ton of people right in the comments actually have class plans and stuff.
Right.
So it is out there for free. That's not what you're paying for. What you're paying for is the attention and the engagement with a professional coach who works with you over the course of week to week to week.
Who knows you.
Exactly. Yep. To develop a strategy to keep you in this game for years.
Yeah.
Not 2 months, not 3 months, not 6 months, 5 years, 10 years down the road. And so maybe you start with a dumbbell and a jump rope, and by the time you're done this thing, you've got an entire garage gym, because over the years you figure out like, you know what? I do want a barbell and
What's
some
your Amy,
plates.
who already has an entire garage gym?
Amy, email.
Yes.
So is that where it lands for you too?
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what it is. Like you can go all kinds of places and get programming for free. You can go all kinds of places and get programming and a class plan even for 30, like you said, 30, 40, $50.
Yeah.
This sort of like, I'm going to shoot you an email at the start of the week. Here's the workouts. Here's the work, like based on what you have, here's what you're doing. Here's a leaderboard. Here's like, you have the access the access to Sugar Wad, the community that and you've gotten to see how everyone's doing. So again, that more kind of like, you do kind of get that real-time sense because you're seeing what everyone else is doing within your community.
And if I'm doing my job right as the programmer, the differences between the off the creek track and the workout of the day track, the scores should still relatively be in the same range. Sometimes there's differences because like maybe one's for time and one's for reps, but very limited, less than one a week. I would say I've over now doing this for almost 4 weeks. Like it,
I'll tell you for the one last week where in the gym was on the bike and then off the creek was the squat jumps, air squats, shuttle sprints.
Yes.
I wish I was on the bike. It was like,
it was harder, right?
oh my gosh.
But it was a similar stimulus
Exactly.
of like, by the time people were done that 90 seconds on the C2 bike, you were beat. And by the time you finished that 200 sprint, you're like limping across the line. I did 2 rounds of the run one just to test it on Sunday when I rode it. And so exactly. And so that's what I mean, where like one was for calories, one was for time, but in the end, the stimulus is the same. Yeah. And so that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah, that was good. Also doing that with Amy, I think she accidentally did 15 meters because her.
So she was doing almost 3. She was doing like a 300 meter shut up. Ouch.
So, but yeah, I mean, it's as from the coaching standpoint, this has been a lot of fun as opposed to just sending out an email, sending out programming and just saying like, hey, how'd the workout go? Hey, how'd the workout go? Like, I really enjoy this. Like, I have 4 athletes that I'm working with that are basically like, I love getting to see where each one is, what each one's got. It's fun for me as a coach, just like it's fun for us to coach within a class. Like, if everyone came in and had the same ability, skill, all that, this would kind of be boring.
So what makes it virtual is that you're not doing it in the gym real time. Yeah. And that's the only thing. But I would argue that the majority of the work we do, even with in-person classes, is after the fact. Yeah. Once you get past, so like Joe is a
hashtag see you tomorrow.
Right. That was pretty funny. That's exactly it. Yeah. Joe is a perfect example, Joe Leonard, where at first, yes, like I needed to have eyes on him, and now in reality, probably it would just taken longer. But because we had eyes on him, because we can see him, because he can like put my hand like and make him get into the right position.
But they have to reach up.
That's
to Joe.
Me, right? That's
come on, Joe.
Over a 9 months now, we've gotten him moving much better. Yeah. But a lot of the work happened the 10 minutes after class, the conversations in between, the conversations he's having with people outside of class and stuff, right? Not real time. So now with these virtual clients, it's something very similar. Most of the work is not happening in the workout. It's happening. KJ is a perfect example. Yeah. Super fun to work with her for the last 2 weeks because she said it's so self-aware of like, oh, I got used to being able to roll out of bed in 3 minutes, show up, turn on my computer, and you guys did all the work for me and walked me through it. She's like, so what you're telling me now is I got to get up a little bit earlier. I kind of got to do some pre-work. I got to look at this. And she's like, I got to look at the videos that you post. I got to actually read the instructions that you write. And it was still, I'm laughing out loud. And she goes, oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah, I got to own this. And she said, and then she went, love, it. Cool. Because
this is so great for KJ. I'm so glad.
Right. But like, that's it. And it's such a cool, like, oh, yeah. I would argue in class, it's the same thing. I can't keep eyes on, even if it's 4 people, I can't keep eyes on all 4 people. So when I'm not watching you, you can 100% not go to full depth on the squat. You got to own that. Yeah. It's a little bit faster of a turnaround on feedback of if I come back around, you're not full depth. Okay. Yeah. But if the only reason you're doing something correctly is because I'm holding you accountable to do it, that is going to atrophy as a motivation because at some point I'm no longer going to be seen as a good or a beneficial stimulus. I'm going to be seen as the bad guy. Yeah. It becomes punishment. Yeah. Becomes animosity, becomes resentment. You don't like coming anymore. You stop coming. Yeah. When you start owning it, there's a sense of autonomy. There's a sense of accomplishment. There's a sense of pride. Now there's a sense of mastery. Yeah. And then you fail and it's like, oh, now it's a challenge because not something I've done or made you do. It's something you've done on your own. Yeah. That's basic Bloom's taxonomy of cognitive development.
Yeah.
That is,
You said
if you look at it, that's growth, knowledge, development, self-actualization.
Yeah.
So we didn't invent this stuff. We're just stealing it from a couple other people's versions, modifying it to meet our needs. And we already had the platforms and the infrastructure with SugarWad and Zen and stuff. So I've actually liked it these last 2 weeks.
I'll tell you, I like having this little, I feel like a cool kid because I have this like special little group here.
Yes, you got your own little inner ring.
Like I said, I already hit them up too. Like we're all going to do the workout again together tonight.
It's
like
really
this is
cool.
going to become like we've kind of decided like this might be a weekly thing where we all. It's not me coaching them.
Right.
It's we get together, we get on, we say hi to everyone, we do the workouts.
And again, I would offer, first, if you're a coach right now and you're listening to it, if that's not your style, you don't need to do that.
Right.
For an athlete, if that's not your style, don't feel obligated to do that.
No.
That's something that those athletes and you, that's why it's a good fit.
Yeah.
Right. In the world of health and wellness coaching or business coaching or performance coaching, not every athlete fits with every coach.
Exactly.
That's the coactive coaching model, is that it is collaborative and both sides benefit from it.
Yeah.
You're benefiting from their desire to work out with you.
Yeah.
And they, you know what I mean? Like
it's a very, like you said, it's very mutual.
I don't want to do that. Right.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to be an athlete under my umbrella, this virtual coaching umbrella, I probably won't ever offer that.
Yeah.
And if you ask, I maybe I'll do it one time.
Yeah. No,
but I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's now I said this is what it's working now. Like that may change in October.
Right.
Like 7:15 or 7:30 p.m. workouts may not be on my schedule, but they
can do it. Yeah.
Which is awesome. Well, because it was awesome talking to Bryant and Caroline. They're like, oh well, like 7:30 your time is 8:30 a.m. our time, which is 6:30. Like it's 6:30 p.m. for Amy. It's 8:30 a.m. for Bryant and Caroline. That'll work perfectly with their schedules, and they'll still be able to do it. I was like, yes.
So
it's just
again,
this
that's
special little crew, which has been a lot of fun.
The convenience of having the flexibility to make this work for each individual is the value of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. I think we took 3 shots there.
I do. I think we punt on our other one.
We got time.
Yeah, we'll talk
next week's
about it
going
next
anyway.
week.
Next week's a good time talking about it. But that
this
was
fun. Good. This was perfect. And that, folks, is another version or another. That's Espresso Shots. One topic. We dive a little deep. We let it sink in. We get a little excited about it.
Checked up.
You're gonna be living in a van down by the river.
It's true. Even Espresso Shot though, I do like this. Like I'll probably be drinking this till about 3:00 this afternoon.
Well, you drink coffee ridiculously slow.
Like
you are a very slow coffee drinker.
Like me and workouts. I like to savor the flavor. Take my time. Sweet.
All right, 30-second
let's
gratitude.
Get into our gratuities. You want to go first?
I will. I'll go first.
Go first.
Mine is Amy Reed.
I know
so
Amy
happy
Reed.
to see her. That she took 2 weeks on vacation. Loved it. Hope she had a great time. Or just she
It's nice
came
to get
back.
away.
It was awesome to see her face. But even more, she came back on Sunday, or whenever she came back, and she's got a handful of virtual coaching clients. She wrote them their weekly emails, and it made me realize. So it's actually it's Audrey and Amy. They're kind of a joint gratitude for me.
Cool.
Their correspondence back and forth. Audrey and Chuck Clark, awesome athletes, awesome members of Fairwinds CrossFit. For the last 2 weeks, I've been standing in for Amy and kind of going back and forth with them. Super collaborative and great. The second Amy stepped in, with probably like minimal effort, maybe, I don't know, made a move that was 1,000 times better than I would have ever made for Audrey as her athlete.
Nice.
And Audrey's response was immediate and exact. And I'm like, that's what diversity actually is when you bring in other people with different perspectives and different ways of doing something, you can immediately think like, ugh, right? Like, it shows my weaknesses, or it makes me doubt my ability. It could,
Right.
but it didn't. What it did was I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude and
Right.
joy for the fact that we get to have Amy as one of our coaches.
Yeah.
Seriously. Like, I mean, I was almost like, I went like, holy shit, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And then watching Audrey's response was, holy shit, that was awesome.
Even
that we
awesomer.
that we get to have athletes like that who respond to their coaches like that. It was just everything about it was awesome. And it was just this feeling of like, I love these people.
Yeah.
Like it was so cool. And so when I got to see her this morning, I didn't get a chance to tell her that because
hopefully she listens to this.
Yeah, I saved it for this.
Hey, Amy, if you listen to this, leave us a review. Let us know if you're crying or not.
I'll tell her in class. Yeah. But when I saw her this morning, it made me same thing of like, yes, she's back. Like I was just very happy. There you go. Awesome. There's my gratitude.
Cool. I'm gonna go. I already mentioned them, Caroline and Bryant.
Agreed.
Team Yeezus. They're awesome, and I just want it's so sad because I posted the picture. It was a year ago. It was almost a year ago to the date.
But they were
the foundations. It was Amy, Bryant, Caroline, Chuck, and Kelly. Those 5. And so I knew we were only gonna have Amy, Caroline, and Bryant for a year. And they all had to go their separate ways. But my gratitude is Caroline and Bryant yesterday was they made their way out to Seattle. They're gonna be there a few days, and then they're off to Japan for a while. Coming in, like Bryant had done CrossFit before, but he didn't. He even has a kettlebell tattoo, right? I was like, but he didn't come in assuming that he already knew. He took foundations, and he took it with Caroline because Caroline wanted to start it in support of her. But also, like, he knew that there was stuff that he wanted to learn. He knew that he wanted to learn how we did things. He wanted to learn about the culture that we try to create here at Fairwinds. And so, and those two just got in, and again, they've enjoyed it so much that now we're doing it across the pond. I don't know. It depends on which direction you go.
Well, the Atlantic Ocean is the pond.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know.
From the land of the rising sun.
Sure.
Because that's Japan.
The Far East.
Yeah.
Or Far West, depending which direction you want to go.
I was about to say that's such a right? Orientalism. Edward Said's like it's Far East. It's East for us.
It's East for us,
right? The far, and that's such like a Western bias,
right?
Yeah.
So anyway, they're my gratitude, Caroline and Bryant. Happy trails, but obviously we're gonna stay in touch.
Yeah, seriously, they're still Creek people.
Yeah, you're still very much Creek people.
They're just as far off the creek as you can get before you're on your way back to the creek.
Pretty much. So awesome. Cool. All right. Hey.
I have one for you too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
To
who?
It's to whom.
Well, that's a grammatical thing. It's actually made me think of that. I just read this article about a new scientific study that scientists have been working on it for years. They finally determined the most common cause of dry skin.
What's that?
Towels.
I knew it all along. Science doesn't lie, folks. What does it?
What?
Science is a liar sometimes.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is this another one or?
No, I've been watching clips from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And there was the conversation of evolution versus
somebody's got to get stabbed.
Versus the Bible. It was the conversation about evolution versus the Bible.
Creation.
Yeah. And so Mac's whole presentation on liar is this: science is a liar sometimes. It's great. I don't know if you've ever seen it, so I may have said it to you. It's so good. It's so good. So anyway, awesome.
You guys have a great week. We'll see you on and off the creek.